Good morning. On this Sunday, you are looking at a cloudy Midtown Atlanta where we are starting the day much cooler than yesterday. We've really been all over the place with our forecast this weekend, haven't we? Warm and rainy yesterday, cooler and windier today. Good morning to you. I'm Megan Packer. Thanks for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus. We are here to give you an update on some of the day's top stories on this Sunday morning. We'll check in with First Alert Meteorologist Courteney Jacobazzi here in just a moment to get the very latest on our forecast. But first, an update on the stories that we are tracking for you today as far as what is making news right now. If you joined us a little while ago on TV for Atlanta News First Sunday morning, you saw it's been a very busy and active night. We had multiple shootings in DeKalb County. We had our crew really all over the place, two separate shooting investigations. First one here, this is in the Decatur area, Meadow Lane. Our crew was here in that residential area, saw one person put into a stretcher. And then this is video from another neighborhood. This one is in the Stone Mountain area where we understand a person was shot in the leg and showed up knocking on somebody's door. But police understand that shooting happened at a different location. So we've got multiple shooting investigations that detectives are working to get to the bottom of. As of right now, we understand both shooting victims survived from both of these locations, but no updates on any arrests. But just certainly a busy night in at least two different parts of DeKalb County. And we have an update about an officer who was injured. This is an Atlanta police officer injured at an accident scene last night. The Atlanta Police Department says a driver hit that officer's car on I-85 near Cleveland Avenue just before 10:30 last night. The officer was taken to the hospital to get his arm checked out, but he is expected to be okay. And an update right now on a story we talked about yesterday, a shooting in Atlanta. Turns out it sounds like two people were shot here. We originally thought it was one person who was shot at a house on Lockwood Drive in southwest Atlanta. We reported yesterday that a man had been shot in the chest and was in critical condition. Police now say it looks like another person was shot there in the hand and later showed up at a hospital in Cobb County. That is also still under investigation. And we are learning more about a woman who was found dead at the entrance to a Northwest Atlanta park. The Fulton County Medical Examiner has identified that woman as 30-year-old Ashley Chappell. Officers were on patrol yesterday, and they found her around 5 a.m. right there near the entrance to that park there. This is Collier Park in Northwest Atlanta. They performed CPR, but she did not survive. She died at that scene. We caught up with her family yesterday, talked to her mom, who is desperate for answers about what happened. She remembers her daughter as a kind soul, a life of the party, and a good mother. Atlanta police are still investigating this, and we are staying in touch with the medical examiner's office as well to see if we can learn more about a cause of death. Initially, yesterday, police said there were minimal signs of trauma, and that was a blocked off park Saturday morning, people showing up maybe to exercise, and people who live in that area certainly taken aback to hear this news. And there's still just a lot of questions about what happened to, again, this woman now identified as 30-year-old Ashley Chappell. In Alpharetta, there is something new for you to check out, especially if you play the piano or if you just maybe want to hear some music. You can go listen to someone playing the new public piano that is set up right at Cogburn Park. Georgia is the name of the piano, and it was unveiled under the pavilion at that park yesterday. There's artwork on the piano inspired by Georgia musicians and student musicians in the state. This is all part of the initiative that we've talked about for a while from Play Me Again Pianos, and we checked on their website. You can look up the map of where these public pianos are set up, and it's really cool. Not only are they beautiful to play and listen to, but the artwork is really pretty, and they're just there waiting for you and anybody who you may know who wants to, put your piano skills to the test. Courtney and I were talking a little while ago. We both took piano lessons as children, and some of it comes back to us, Courtney, right? Right. All right, well, we will bring in First Alert Meteorologist Courteney Jacobazzi now. I'm Megan Packer. Thanks for checking in with us. Let's get to our forecast. We've got a lot to talk about. Changes, Courtney. What happened to that warm weather from yesterday?
I wish it could have stayed forever. I am so ready for a winter to be said and done. But we're going right back into that winter feel today. We have cloudy skies. It's windy. It's cold. So not the most beautiful day. And that is the reason that we have a first alert, is because of the changes. You're going to go from wearing short sleeves, maybe a light jacket, to needing the winter coat again today, or at least several layers, because it is going to be cloudy and cool. So we're not going to have any sunshine to really help kind of warm us up a little bit. I think we'll see the sun today in some capacity, but more clouds than sunshine, just like you're seeing there over Midtown, a pretty thick cloud deck laying over the city. I am First Alert Meteorologist Courteney Jacobazzi. I hope you are having a wonderful Sunday. I want to do a little bit of housekeeping first, talk about the rain that we've picked up so far yesterday and then for the year, and then we'll get into what to expect as we go through your Sunday. So yesterday at the airport, we picked up just under half an inch of rain, and so for the year, which is also known as this month, we've picked up 6.43 inches of rain. So our deficit, it's not even a deficit, it's a surplus. We're at a 2.45 inch surplus, so almost 2.5 inches extra of rain than we normally receive by this time this year, which is good because we ended 2023 in a deficit. So it's good to have a little extra in the tank because we are sure needing it, making up for a little bit of lost time there. So here's what to expect today. We do have the first alert because of just the drastic change. That is why we first alert, just to give you that heads up that there is some sort of nuisance weather, a change in the weather that's going to change ultimately how you have to go about your day. And that's going to be how you dress. You're going to need to add all the extra layers back today. Mid-40s for the afternoon, again with cloudy skies. We could see some breaks in the clouds today, but more clouds than sun. But with the wind, that will gust anywhere between 30 to 35 through the day. If you live in the mountains, there's a wind advisory for you through Monday morning. So you could experience gusts 40 to 45. It's going to feel more like the 30s just about all day today, so you will need those layers. Now, the wind, all due to our weather system that moved through yesterday, it's moving into the northeast, and the cold front, that creates wind because that's a change in pressure. But then when you get closer to a center of low pressure, the parent low of that system, which is currently up towards like Michigan, that is going to allow for the wind also to pick up. But on the flip side of that, it's also going to promote maybe a few mountain flurries. So what's happening right now is we're getting some wraparound moisture from that low, and that's building clouds across the area, but it'll also warrant for maybe a few flurries in the mountains today. Not going to worry about any kind of ice on the road or any kind of big winter weather impact. It's going to be too windy, so everything's going to kind of evaporate before it hits the ground anyway. And then as we head into Monday, high pressure slides in, and that will allow skies to gradually clear. We'll start the day cloudy, and then we will end up with a lot of sunshine after your lunch hour. So at the bus stop tomorrow, as the kids are headed back to school, as you're headed back to work, breezy and cold. It'll still be breezy tomorrow morning, not quite as windy as today, but you'll notice the breeze. So it will feel colder tomorrow morning with temperatures in the 30s. So you'll need to bundle up tomorrow as you're making your way out and about for this upcoming work and school week. Heading home tomorrow from work, from school, early afternoon hours, temperatures will be near 50 with a lot of sunshine. And again, it's going to be cool, but near average. Our average is in the mid-50s this time of year, and that's kind of where we'll sit through most of the week. Most of the week will be near or below average with temperatures in the low to mid-50s just about all week. Friday will be near 60 degrees, and then another weather system moves in on Saturday. Saturday's forecast is tricky, as is most forecasts 7 days out. We'll have multiple weather systems move in this week. One will be on Tuesday, so that's why we'll go from the mid-50s to near 50 on Wednesday. That could offer us a few showers, maybe even some wintry weather behind that. Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, there's still a lot of fine-tuning to do there, but just know that'll be weather system number one in the form of a cold front. And then Friday into Saturday is our next cold front weather system that'll move in. But the timing on that is a little bit jaded right now, so we'll have to, for lack of better words, so we'll need to fine-tune essentially the temperature on Saturday, because if that front moves in sooner, we'll be colder. If the front moves through during the day, we'll start warmer and maybe cool down through the day. So there's just a lot to keep an eye on for Saturday, but right now we'll say low 50s, and our temperatures overnight will stay in the 30s and 40s. So you'll need to keep that jacket with you just about all week long, especially for the morning. I say jacket, more than likely the coat. So here's a look at your First Alert 7-day forecast. The only First Alert for today. Otherwise, we're kind of sitting pretty this week. No major impact events for you. No huge major changes. We're kind of leveling out after being on a little bit of a roller coaster ride, being in the 60s and stormy yesterday to cold and windy today. And that is why we have the first alert today, because of the wind and the cold. Definitely going to be a nuisance today after nice and spring-like feeling days. Feeling more like the 30s today, maybe a few flurries in the mountains. That's at 20% coverage of rain there. Brisk day tomorrow. Will still be a little breezy. We'll see sunshine throughout the day after a cloudy start. Low 50s tomorrow afternoon. Low 30s Tuesday morning, mid 50s Tuesday afternoon, and a small rain chance Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. We could have a few flurries around. Where, when, that still needs to be determined. But Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, we'll have the chance for a few showers, maybe some winter weather mixed in there. We'll be back near 50 Wednesday. Cold morning Thursday, a cloudier day on Friday ahead of our next weather system that could bring us a few showers for the start of next weekend. Doesn't look like anything significant for us, so if you're already looking ahead to next weekend, thinking about what you're going to be doing, just know that it doesn't look like Saturday as of right now is a washout. But we are in a very active weather pattern, it looks like, so we will keep an eye on the forecast for you as we go through the week if anything does change for you. But today, make sure you are bundled up. You're definitely going to need to do so. Have the coat, the hat, maybe the scarf, just for extra warmth or extra style, whatever you usually use that for. But all the layers will be a good idea today as, again, temperatures only in the 40s, those cloudy skies. It's going to feel like the 30s pretty much all afternoon. So good idea to bundle up today. That is why we have that first alert. Just give you a heads up that you're going to need to ditch the raincoat for the actual winter coat today. And we'll go into a chilly but pretty calm week ahead of us. Thanks so much for spending some time with us this morning to get your news and your weather. We always appreciate it. I hope you make it a wonderful Sunday. Stay warm, and we'll catch you guys here next time.